Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. This is your girl, Coach O. I pray that you are having an amazing start to your day. I pray that all is well with you. Your girl is good. You see what today's title of the live feed is. Let's go ahead and invite a few people. We're not going to be on here long. We have I have lots of training to do today, so my day is going to start off learning. So yeah, I got to get on here and get moving because today is a day of training. I have about 3 trainings already scheduled for today, and so I am sticking my big toe in some new waters. But even through it all, I know that all will be well. I know that I will grasp the concept. Good morning, Mary. Thank you so much for joining. I know I will pick up what they putting down because your girl got it like that. So I have training all day today. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to doing something new, different. Good morning, Toya. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, I'm praying for you. Thank you so much, Brother Warren. Thank you so much for your prayers. Good morning, Nisi. Thank you all so much for your faithfulness. And you see what the title of today's live feed is. It is always. Good morning, Regina. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning. Good morning. The goal is always to move forward and not to be backstepping, not to be backfalling. Good morning, Daphne. Thank you so much for joining. And if that's your goal, don't allow nobody to take you there. So when you saw my post on yesterday, I was very disappointed. And it is okay to be disappointed. You don't have to lie like you like everything and you okay with everything. But I'm not going to talk about that today. That was yesterday's business. But I want to get that clear that if your goal is to move forward, don't let nobody, I don't care who it is, don't allow nobody to take you back. The goal is to go forward, not where I started from. You're not going to take me back there because you are not going to take me back. If you are not picking me up to move me forward, you're not taking me back. That you're not going to do. Good morning, Nikita. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning, Willie. So when you have a level of expectation and things are not of expectations, you don't have to smile and thinking, I like this. No, I don't like this. This does not meet my expectations. And that is my right. That is my right to voice my opinion. That's what's wrong with so many of us now. We sit back and we're quiet, we're depressed, we're stressed because we let stuff just be slid under the rug. And then it builds up. And then your blood vessels about to pop. Mine was about to pop too yesterday, but it wasn't because I was holding nothing in. But I'm human. I'm sorry. I am human, and I'm not. I didn't do nothing that didn't make me saved. I didn't say nothing that didn't make me saved. But if I can't have an opinion about a thing, that's a problem. And I can have an opinion. Jesus said, there is nothing wrong with getting angry, but sin not. Good morning, Carolyn. Thank you so much for joining. Sin not. So you ain't got to be around here fake smiling and being all fake and acting like, you just happy with everything and glory. Everything ain't glory, hallelujah. Yeah, I mean, if folks ain't doing what they need to be doing, they need to know. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. May not mean nothing to you, but it means everything to me. But my word for you today is if you have a goal, don't allow nothing and nobody. And I say it all the time. Nothing and nobody can stop a go-getter. You cannot stop a person that have in their mind where they are going. You can't stop a person that's heading in a direction and they got a mind made up that they gonna get there. They gonna go there. You can't stop that person. But look, listen. Your goal should be to move forward. You are not trying to start back where you was when you first got out here in these streets. When you first left your mama's house, you gonna go back? You didn't learn so much stuff. You didn't fail so many times. You didn't have inquired so much knowledge. So why would you go back and start over like you brand new? We ain't going back and start like we brand new. We done been in this game for a while. You know, you done learn how to play the game. They haven't upgraded. They haven't updated. They haven't changed the rules to the game. So you learned this game when you was a kid. So why are you going to go back to your childish ways? It said, when I was a child, I thought as a child. But see, when you know better, you do better. You don't go back to when you didn't know. You hear me? You don't go back to when you didn't know. So now that you know, what you gonna do? Now that we know, what are we gonna do? This is not the season, not in the midst of no pandemic. And see, that's the problem. A lot of us, we'll wait till we get in the middle of a situation and we feel like, well, I don't have nothing else. I don't have a choice. You do got a doggone choice. You got a choice. Don't you tell yourself that you don't have a choice, because there are options. There are other options. So don't you feel like you got to settle for what you got because there is no other choice. The devil is a liar. You have a choice. I don't have to settle for you. Like you the only person out here. I don't have to settle for that. Like that's the only thing out here. I don't have to settle to go there. Like that's the only place to go? No, you cannot. Good morning, Anterica. Thank you so much for joining. Don't tell yourself. Don't let it come out of your mouth. Don't let it sit in your mind. Don't let it rest in your spirit. Don't you tell yourself that I got to do what I got to do because there ain't nothing else to be done. That's a lie. That is a lie. You don't have to do one thing. That's why I don't understand when we feel like we don't have options. Oh, we got options. We have choices. A lot of times we are afraid. We are fearful because we don't know what's on the other side of the choices that we make. But baby, I'm a risk taker. I am willing to take the risk on going a different way because I am not going to go a way that I know is going to set me back. I'm not coming back to you. I'm not going back to where I started. Oh, yes, ma'am. There's always a choice. You don't have to go back where you started. You know, sometimes when people get in your head, they'll tell you, well, if you don't do this with me, you know, you ain't going to make it. Nobody else is going to want you. You're not going to be able to do this, that, and the third. They'll tell you all type of crazy stuff. Press forward. You got to keep it moving. Backwards is not an option. It is not an option. It is not an option. Backwards shouldn't even be in your list of, and you know how you had your drop box and your multiple choice? Backwards shouldn't even be there. It's going to have to be, baby, we're going to pivot to the left, to the right. We're going to go up. We're going to go forward. Or we're going to stand right here till we figure out what we going to do. But backwards shouldn't even be in your option list. It's not an option. It is not an option. And I want you to have a mind that you're not going to let nobody, we're not so desperate. That's the thing. I am not so desperate and so excited over nothing that I got to settle for anything. The devil is a lie. No, I don't do that. Nope. We're not so desperate that we have to settle for anything and be excited over what? Over nothing? No. You got to have goals and you got to have expectations, because if you don't have expectations, anything that's presented to you, you got to accept it. I don't have to accept things that's less than my expectations. I don't have to, and I'm not going to, because I have a choice. I have a choice. Don't tell me you with him because you didn't have a choice. Don't tell me you with her because you didn't have a choice. Don't tell me you on that job and that's the thing that you doing because you don't have a choice. You know, we'll tell ourselves, well, I got to do something because I got to put food on the table. You ain't got to do no anything. You ain't got to do no anything to put food on the table. There's some things that can be done if you wasn't doing nothing but putting some seeds in the ground in your backyard and waiting for your stuff to grow in the season for it to grow. There's options. There are options. I don't have to settle for that craziness. There are options. I don't have to settle for you because I'm lonely. There are options. Boo bye. There are options. You got to know that your goal is to go forward and not backwards. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Shanda. Thank you so much for joining. You got to know that you have options. Don't settle for the status quo. Don't settle for the okie doke. Good morning, Dora. Thank you so much for joining. Stop telling yourself that you don't have a choice. There's always a choice. If there's an A, there's a B. If there's an A, there's a Z. There you have it. always something you can do. I have options. There is. I haven't seen a thing that is just one thing. There's always more than one thing. There's always more than one way. You will get there. You will get there. But you got to know that you have options. Don't tell yourself, well, this is the only choice I have. A lie. You have choices in everything that you do. You got yes and no. You got up and down. You got in and out. You got a front and a back. When you think about even the small mundane things, there's choices. You can either decide for or against. You can be with some stuff, or you can be with you cannot be with it. That you can be for it or you can be against it. There are choices. I believe in the law of polarity, that there is always a equal opposite to whatever. So when you down, boo, you got up as an option. You don't have to stay down there. When you broke, boo, you got abundance as an option. You don't have to stay in lack when abundance is right on the other end. Where are you on the spectrum? Where are you in your thought process to figure that I got to settle for this? No, I don't have to settle for this because I got options. I have options. I have options. You need to just tell yourself that today. I have options. I have options. Tell yourself and get excited about it, that you don't have to settle for what you're doing. You don't have to settle for what you have. You don't have to settle for who you are. I got options. Come on now, somebody. Good morning, D. Thank you so much for joining. I have options. I have options and expectations. I have options and expectations. I have options and expectations. And when they are not met, I'm not going to settle. We've been talking about settling. You don't just settle somewhere because this is where somebody offer you a seat. Boo, this seat ain't even comfortable. This thing is not comfortable to me. I have options. I have options. Don't settle somewhere that is uncomfortable to you, not favorable to you, not likable by you, just to say you got a seat. You keep on going. I have options. I got options in my business, on my job. I got options in my relationship. I got options with my money. You got to know that you have options. You don't even have to go to the same. You can choose with whatever you want. You don't have to go to the same eye doctor. There's different eye doctors. You don't have to go to the same dentist. You don't have to go to the same family practice. You have options. You have options. So if you have options for the things that's concerning you in your life, do you not know that you have options? And not in your just in your business. You got options in your relationship. You got options. You don't have to even bank with you don't have to bank with one institution. Boo, there's other institutions. They got online institutions now. They got digital institutions now. You got brick and mortar. You got to know that you have an option. Good morning, Marsha. Thank you so much for joining. There's options out here. Don't you sit back and tell yourself that I don't have a choice. The devil is a lie. You have choices. You have choices. A lot of times they don't want you to know about the choices that you have. Good morning, Angela. Thank you so much for joining. The enemy don't want you to know about your choices because, see, the enemy wants you to think that their answer is your answer and that you have arrived when you have arrived to them. But guess what? You have arrived to additional problems. But you got to make up in your mind that you realize that this is not the last. I have an option. I have an option. There's always an alternative. There's always an opposite. There's always an equal end. So where are you standing now? Look at your situation. If you are not healthy, you got an option to be healthy. If you broke, you got an option to be wealthy. If you're unhappy, you got an option to be happy. It's what we choose to do with what we do. Good morning, Muhammad. Thank you so much for joining. But we can't say that, it is what it is. No, it ain't what it is. Not here. It ain't what it is. We have options. Operate in your options. Walk in your options. Select from your options. You have options. The enemy don't want you to know about your choices. He wants you to take that this is all you got. You can eat this or leave it. The devil is a lie. Boo, we on a buffet when it comes to life. I don't like buffets really in reality. I can do them, but at the most time I don't get but one or two foods off of it. But you got to know life is like a buffet. Don't you let nobody tell you that what you got before you, that's all that you can have. That's all that you can eat. No, you have some choices. You have some choices. Yeah, you have some choices. And I'm not saying that you got to be changing this and that in the life, but you ain't got to be settling with this and that in the life. If you got a boo, work your thing out with boo. If it's just over some little small mundane thing. I'm not telling you, so I don't want you to leave on here telling you, oh, she told me I got some options. Let me go get me another woman. Let me go give it. I ain't telling you that. I'm telling you that you do not have to fall for the okie doke, and you do not have to settle for what people want to give you when it's less than your expectation. And you shouldn't do that in a relationship. You shouldn't be in no relationship because you lonely, or you want somebody to stay with you, or you need somebody to meet you halfway with your bills. That's not a reason for you to tie yourself up with some crazy person that don't want to be there. That's no reason for you to be with nobody because you lonely and you need your bills paid. Do you know when you think from a place of abundance, everything that you need shall be provided? You came from abundance, and you gonna draw from abundance. See, my daddy, he rich. He rich. I don't have to settle for no anything. I don't have to settle for no anything. You gotta put in your mind, boo, I got options. When people start knowing that you choosing what you got from them because you chose it, not because you had to settle for it. That's what people get it twisted at. I don't have to settle for this. Now you can either get this right or make this, get this right, or we can be gone. We don't have to settle for anything that people put before us. You have options. I tell people all the time, I don't stay nowhere where I'm tolerated. I'm going to be celebrated and not tolerated. Now, somebody may think that, who she thinks she is? Somebody. I am somebody. And you should think that you are somebody. And if you settle for not being somebody, you need to talk to somebody because something's wrong. You shouldn't think that. I mean, I'm not going to think more highly of the stuff across the street and down the street and up the street. I don't think you better than me. My. Come on now. You got to know that, stop putting other people on the pedestal and you putting yourself in the pot. Stop putting other people on the pedestal and you putting yourself in the pot. You want to raise them up so they ain't better than you. You want to raise them up, but you want to put yourself down saying you can't do what they do. You don't have what they have. You can have it if you want it. That's a reason to be yourself. So you will be able to clearly see an option and you don't have to settle. That's a reason to be by yourself. Yes, you stop putting other people on this pedestal and you put yourself in a pot because you don't have what they have. If you want it, you can have it. If you want it, you can get it. If you want it, you can acquire it. Don't allow anybody to tell you that you got to settle for what you have and they better. The God that I serve, he is no respecter of person. He don't look at you to be no better than me. Don't matter about your color, your creed. Don't matter about your agenda. Don't matter about your education. He think just as much as me as he think of you. Your soft talking self, slow talking self, my fast talking self, loud talking self, your bright self, my brown self, their dark self. We're no different. God looks at us the same. So why is it that we have to settle out here in these social media streets? We have to settle out here in these natural streets to say we don't have an option and you think that they're better than you are? The devil is a liar. No. Not for me. Not for me. You got to put yourself up. Put yourself up. Because one, if you don't think something of yourself, who will? A lot of times people not going to come and pick you up. You're going to have it to show them how to give it. Come on now, somebody. You're going to have it to show them how to give it. RESPECT. It starts with me. I show you how to treat me, and I will show you what I will not accept. I don't take no anything. I'm sorry. Maybe call me weird, call me a little crazy, but you can't give me no anything. That's why I don't settle for free. Because see, with free, I can't complain. But when I pay, I have some say in pay. There's some say in pay. When you pay, you have some say. You don't have to settle for what they give you. What's free, you take it. You take it or leave it. But when you pay, you got an opinion. You got options. Do you know when you stop letting people rule you with their dollar, that you have an option? I would rather pay any day for what I want than you to give me something and be in your hands. Because y'all some funny acting people. Y'all funny. You're funny. I would rather be the one to give than to borrow. Because y'all some funny acting people. That's real talk. That is real talk. Yeah, you help and then you talk. You know, you gotta be real with what you do. You don't have to settle for nothing. You don't. You probably do, but you don't. You don't have to. You know, sometimes in our mind we'll tell ourselves, well, you know, I just gotta do this. No, you do not. You don't gotta do nothing. Everything that we do is a choice. And if you trace back every decision and choice you made, that's kind of where we are in life. That's where we are in life. Based on the decisions that we made, that's where we are in life. And that's why it is so important. It is so important for you to mind your decisions. It's important for you to know what decisions you're making, because the decisions that you make today will affect your outcome. Your life will affect you on tomorrow. If you need me, call. When I call or text you, ignore me, funny acting. If you need me, call. And when I call or text you, ignore me, funny acting. Yes. We have, we have that, and we have it. You know, you can call me, I'm answering. I said, call me. You telling me you a phone call away. Girl, call me. You know, I'm like, really? But look, I'm not going to stay on here long. I got training today. I got to get my mind right. You know, your girl is learning something new today, but guess what? It's going to be all right. Because if they doing it, I can do it. I know I can. Yeah, I can do it. But anyway, your goal should be to move forward. Don't let the pandemic, don't let the people, don't let them, them and they said. Don't let they. You know how they said they said this and they said, don't let they. The pandemic, COVID-19, social distancing, don't let nobody make you feel like you don't have an option. You got options, boo. You have options, boo. You don't have to settle for what they're giving you. You have options. If you don't like your job, start looking for a job on your off days and then let them know, boo, peace. I done had enough of you. I settled for you. I was with you long as I was with you, but you didn't appreciate what I was offering and what I had to bring to the table. So now I'm going to let this spot be open for somebody else. You got options. You don't have to stay on no job because you figure I got to. What you need to do, craft your skills. Make yourself indisposable. Where when you leave, there'll be a ripple into their organization. Learn all you need to learn. Do all you need to do. Where they know that you have something that they may not want it, but something that they need. They may not even like you. They don't got to like you. But let them be so in love with what you do because you do it with excellency. You do it with integrity. You do it to the best of your ability because you have put something into it. You have put your all into a work that you will be proud to say, that's mine. You will be proud to say that is my work. Because I put in the effort, I put in the hours, I put in the time and the talent. You will be proud to say, that's my work. I did that. You don't want no work to say, what in the whole world is this? Who did this? And you shame to say it's yours. You know you hadn't did your best. So your goals should be to do your best. And every day to be better than the person you was yesterday. So if your goal is to be better than the person you was yesterday, going back to day before yesterday is not an option. Going back to the day before yesterday is not an option because we want to be better than we was yesterday. So today brings greater depth to the wisdom and the knowledge and the talents and the gifts that we have. We better. We better than we was yesterday. We better than we was 5 years ago. We better. So as we get better, it'll show. It'll show. Your outcome, your end result will show that you've been working on you, yourself, and some stuff. So this is your girl, Coach O. If you're new to me, this is your girl, Coach O, founder and CEO of Action Speaks Volume Incorporated, where I am known as your procrastination strategist, your behavior change expert, where I help you to build unshakable confidence, stop procrastinating, and to get your dreams out of your head into your life. My boss does not appreciate my hard working, and he knows that I'm always confused, Coach. Well, you know what? You have to do something about that, Muhammad. He may not appreciate you, but don't settle. You don't leave before you find something different or better, but you find you something where you are appreciated, or you create something where you can be appreciated, and you give him these. You let him know. You don't have to settle. See, sometimes we'll stay in a place because we feel like that's our comfort zone. We feel like that's our security, and we don't have another choice. Put some thought into it. Look around for options. Sometimes when we have a place to go, we don't look for a place to stay because we already got somewhere. But think about it as if you didn't have a job and you needed one. You think about that if you didn't have money and you needed some. Stop settling for what you got over what you could have because you said, well, at least I got a job already. Don't settle for that. That may be where you have to stay for a while, but you always need to look at your options. There are alternatives. You have options. No matter what your circumstances is, no matter where we live and what we do, you have options. Thank you so much. There's so many options. Don't be afraid. You're only not looking at those options because of fear. But you will never know what you can do if you don't try. You would never know what you can do if you don't try. And if you fail, it's okay. Give yourself permission to fail in advance, and it won't hurt so bad if it happens. If you fail, try again. As we learn how to ride a bike and we fall and we scar up our knees and we cry and we hurt, but we don't say we don't want to ride a bike again. As we get up and try to walk, we scoot and we slide and we walk around the table and we fall and we hurt ourselves and we scare the crap out of our parents, but we get up. We don't never get up and say, well, I don't want to never walk. I don't want to try walking again. We keep on walking until we find some balance. We are stumble, taking one little step at a time. Stumble, about to fall. And then we figure out that if we just put one foot in front of the other, that we can walk on our two hind legs and we don't have to stay crawling on the floor. We don't have to settle in a place that's not likable, favorable, and happy for us. You can walk. You can walk. Find balance and know that you have an option. God bless you all, and I pray that you have an amazing day.